Morning, my name is Gabe. I spent years in the trades and now I track industry changes that actually matter to your service business. This is the Trades Brief. No bullshit, no fluff, no opinions here, just what actually changed in the industries and why you should care, how it matters to your business, 10 minutes or less. Today is 9 January and here is your update. Bottom line up front, we're covering 3 issues today. Number 1 is a proposed federal ban on institutional investors buying single-family homes, which they've been doing a lot of. Number 2 is a state-level push in California to regulate corporate landlords, similar to number 1. And the last one is a new signs that home builders are cutting prices as parts of the housing market cool. Taken together, these points to potential shifts in who owns homes, how fast homes turn over, and where the demand is next. Here's what changed. First, President Trump announced plans to ban large institutional investors from purchasing single-family homes in the United States. This is awesome. So the stated goal was to make housing more accessible for individual buyers by limiting competition from large investment firms. This started happening in 2020. And this is a big deal because institutional investors have become major buyers of single-family homes over the last several years, especially in fast-growing markets. So if this proposal moves forward, it could change who's actually buying homes and who owns the homes, how long the homes stay on the market, and what kinds of buyers you're dealing with in your service business. So for trades and home service business owners, housing affordability matters because it affects turnover, how long people own the homes. More owner-occupied homes generally means more long-term maintenance, remodels, and service relationships. Investor homes have behaved differently, often prioritizing cost and control over speed. So this doesn't change anything overnight, but it's a signal that's worth watching for all business owners. Second, at the state level, California Governor Gavin Newsom is proposing new action aimed at corporate landlords. So this isn't a law yet, but it reinforces something that's super important. Housing affordability and corporate ownership are becoming political priorities, not just fringe issues, and that's on both sides of the aisle. Historically, housing policies tested in California tend to influence other states over time, either directly or through similar proposals. For service businesses, state-level policy chatter alone can influence buyer behavior. So when buyers think regulations or taxes might change, they rush decisions or delay them. That can shift the timing of remodels, upgrades, and discretionary work, which ultimately affects your business. So even outside of California, this is a reminder that housing policy is back in focus. Third, builders are starting to react to softer conditions in parts of the housing market. The NAHB and Wells Fargo Housing Market Index shows that a growing share of builders are actually cutting prices on new homes, marking the second consecutive period of price reductions. So this suggests cooling demand in some residential construction segments. But why does this matter if you're not a builder? Because new construction volume and pricing often foreshadow what happens next in the repair, maintenance, and renovation work following on. So when new builds slow or get discounted, homeowners tend to stay put longer. That usually increases the demand for service, repair, and those continuing service markets. On the flip side, it can also tighten budgets and make customers more price sensitive. Now, here's the signal to watch. Housing policy pressure, building price cuts, and investor pullback all point towards a potential shift back toward owner-occupied housing and longer homeownership cycles. That environment generally favors service businesses that focus on long-term relationships, long-term maintenance, and clear value expectations. It's harder for businesses that rely on fast turnover or purely transactional work, though. Nothing here is settled, but these are the kinds of early signals that show up before demand patterns actually change. That's the update for today. If something happens in the industries, we'll cover it here. This is the Trades Brief.